Tensions are high in the Korean peninsula after North Korea fired at least one ballistic missile, just hours after it fired a short-range ballistic missile on Sunday night. Japan's Prime Minister has condemned the launch.
こうした行為、これは明白な国連安保理決議違反であり、地域の平和と安定を脅かすものであり、強く非難をいたします。
The Parliamentary Vice Minister of Defense said that the warhead could have a flying range of over 15,000 kilometers, which would bring the entire U.S. territory within its range. Now, Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said that Japan is working to analyze the launch and that the country will hold a meeting of its National Security Council. South Korea's military said the launch of the missile in the early hours of Monday was immediately detected, tracked and monitored, and the information was shared with the United States and Japan. According to the South Korean Joint Chiefs of Staff, the short-range missile flew about 570 kilometers before falling into the ocean off North Korea's east coast. It was North Korea's fifth ICBM test this year, and the first since July when it launched the Hwasong-18. Now, the Hwasong-18 was the first tested in April. It is North Korea's first ICBM to use solid fuel. That makes it easier to transport and faster to launch than liquid-fueled versions. Here's a look at all of the IBM launches so far this year. On the 18th of February, the Hwasong-15 was launched from the Pyongyang International Airport, marking North Korea's first firing of an ICBM this year. It flew over 900 kilometers for 67 minutes and landed in the Sea of Japan. On the 16th of March, the second ICBM launched was the homegrown Hwasong-17. Japan and South Korea reported the launch from the Sunan area of Pyongyang. That missile reportedly flew for 70 minutes on a lofted trajectory to the northeast at a range of about 1,000 kilometers. It splashed into the waters off North Korea's eastern coast. On the 13th of April, North Korea confirmed it fired the Hwasong-18 off its eastern coast into the East Sea of Japan. The South Korean military said the missile flew for 1,000 kilometers before landing in waters outside of Japan's exclusive economic zone. On the 12th of July, South Korea's military detected a missile launch from the Pyongyang area. The missile flew for 74 minutes to an altitude of 6,000 kilometers and a range of 1,000 kilometers. It fell into the sea some 250 kilometers west of the Okshiri Island. Now, the test comes a day after Seoul and Washington warned Pyongyang that any nuclear attack on the United States and South Korea would result in the end of the North Korean regime. The two allies held their second session of the Nuclear Consultative Group in Washington last week on Friday, where they discussed nuclear deterrence in the event of conflict with the North. North Korea last year declared itself an irreversible nuclear power and has repeatedly said that it will never give up its nuclear program, which the regime views as essential for its survival. And last month, Pyongyang successfully put a military spy satellite into orbit. It has since claimed its eye in the sky was already providing images of major U.S. and South Korean military sites.
경험들을 확대하고 1년의 심각한